I'm beginning to record. Welcome, everybody. Today's October 3rd, 2023. And this is this week's Sigstore community meeting. I'm hosting today. I'm the guest chair, filling in for Hayden. And please, as you enter, just feel free to add any items to the agenda. We'll have project updates, project round robin, followed by the outreach and events and office hours. And then at the end, we'll leave some time for introductions. If you're new to the meeting or new to the community, we'd love to say hi and introduce yourself. So please make use of that time at the end. We're going to begin with project round robin. I don't see any updates for Recro Fulcio and Cosine. Do we have anybody representing those projects in the meeting? I don't remember seeing any releases, so it may have been a quiet couple weeks. Moving on to clients, there's a couple of notes here. First of all, Sigstore Go, which is a new Go client for Sigstore, was released last week. This is actually a project that was internal at GitHub for a few months, and I took part in the project. I work at GitHub, by the way, as well as a few other folks, and we're really happy to get that donated into the Sigstore organization. And I encourage you to take a look. And it's very early release right now. It's not at all stable of an API, but it's intended to be a new client for interacting with Sigstore from Go code. Previously, like Cosine is kind of the reference implementation as a Go client, but when you try to use it as a library in your Go code, it's a little bit cumbersome. So Sigstore Go is intended to be kind of a friendly API for verifying with Sigstore, and in the future signing as well. Currently, it only supports verification. I'm happy to answer any questions about that. We did have a discussion about it this morning at the clients meeting, but I encourage you all to check it out. There's also a Sigstore Python release. Does anybody representing Sigstore Python, is anybody in the meeting? There is a blog post linked there, so I'd encourage you to check it out. Sigstore Python 2.0. Are there any other client updates? Git sign, Rust, Java, JavaScript? I don't believe anybody in the meeting is representing those projects. If not, moving on to infrastructure, the only update that I have is that the version 8 of the Toughroot has been successfully published. And I don't think there were any updates there. It was just just an update to the timestamp into the version. Any other updates on the project round robin? If not, we'll move on to outreach and events. Hayden left a few notes here. I'm not too familiar with these events, but if anybody has any information or anything they'd like to add to this, feel free to speak up. But I do see that KubeCon Paris 2024 is coming up. The call for proposals is open. So please submit your Sigstore talks to KubeCon Paris, as well as Open Source Summit North America 2024 in Seattle. And there are links in office hours. Any other outreach and events?
We have one. DockerCon is happening this week, so we have some presentation. We have one presentation that's going to be covering some of our internal work on Sigstore. So I'll put a link into that talk here.
Nice. Yeah, please do. And then any other business, if anybody has any other announcements, or if anybody just has questions for the community, please feel free to speak up. All right, this may be a short meeting. I see no introductions. If there's nothing else, is anybody new here? I definitely saw some new names, but I don't come here every week, so go ahead.
Yeah, so I am Vishal. I'm a student from India, and it's my first time joining this contributors community meeting. So I've started contributing to CoSign a few weeks ago, and I have a few PRs pending, so that's what I wanted to discuss here. But anyway, so I'm also looking to integrate the Sigstore Go client that you just mentioned into Kyverno. We are looking for ways to replace the current CoSign client with the Sigstore client, because it is supposed to be a replacement, right? So that's what. So I'm looking forward to contributing to Sigstore as well as use Sigstore products as well.
That's really exciting. I'm really happy to hear about that. The current Sigstore Go doesn't really support container image signatures yet, but that's really exciting that you're kind of looking down that path for Kyverno. I'd love to, if you have if you want to hit up me or anybody else at GitHub who's involved with the project, I'd be happy to discuss that. It sounds like a really good enhancement. So thank you for speaking up, Vishal.
Yeah. And also one more thing is that if there's anyone from CoSign here, then I have a few PRs pending in CoSign that haven't been reviewed yet. So if anyone has any feedback, then that would be really good. I can improve on those PRs if anyone wants to. Anyone reviews.
Okay. Yes, I do know that I think we lost at least one maintainer on CoSign recently, so we're kind of low on maintainers and reviewers for CoSign. I'll hopefully be able to contribute some myself. I might try to take a look this week if I can, but if anybody has capacity to review PRs and CoSign, I know that's a little bit under-maintained right now. So, all right, any other introductions or any other business? If not, then I think we'll conclude this meeting, and thank you so much for attending, and we'll see you all next time.